ultimate challenge, the Nomads Edition. Before the break, we saw the Nomads arrive at my corner after a long and tedious journey. The 6 contestants now face off again in a donkey handling challenge. Who will emerge victorious and what will happen to the losers? Let's find out. You're watching Ultimate Challenge, the Nomads Edition. It's another morning in Maikona town, perhaps the first one for the Nomads. We visit Mzee Galgalo, one of the donkey breeders in the township. These are arguably some of the best kept donkeys in Maikona. They are secured in a round stone-walled structure that forms their shelter. They are fed on donkey manufactured feed and maize, a clear indication of their value to the owner. Maikona is a town in Marsabit North Sub-County, Marsabit County that hosts the sub-county's headquarters. The town is in the middle of the Chalbi Desert and the temperatures hit as high as 40 degrees Celsius. Various communities including the Borana, Gabra, Burji and the Dasnach inhabit the town. There have always been issues of inter-community clashes as the communities fight for the available scarce resources, but again, this is a story for another day. One of the major forms of transport in the area is donkey. This explains why the donkeys are revered in this township. This brings us to today's challenge, the Donkey Handling Challenge. In groups of 2, the Nomads will be tasked to ferry water from a water point to a location that is half a kilometer away. They commence by taking clear instructions from Mzee Galgalo on how to handle the donkeys.
Nomads, this week's challenge, you're supposed to handle these 3 donkeys in groups of 2 to Mama Kame's home. From that water point which will be shown to her place. Your PR skills in this challenge is highly required.
This time round, the Nomads are so keen not to make the similar mistakes they made with the camel challenge. After taking the instructions, the donkey handler leads them to the water point where the challenge will start. To commence the challenge, Ibrahim, Aminiel and Daniel take the first round. Each of them gets water from the well, fills 2 jerrycans, loads them onto their donkeys and leads them to the destined location. Daniel seems worried after Aminiel and Ibra manage to get a container to fetch water from the well before he does. His undoing at the moment is that instead of getting an alternative option, he waits for them to fill their containers. Aminiel is the first to fill his containers. They both struggle to load the water onto the donkeys. It's not as easy as it may have looked. Ibrahim struggles to control his donkey to follow a given route. At some point, it diverts to a different route, though he manages to control it, catching up with Aminiel and Daniel, who appear calm.
I don't doubt that I've given everything that I have in this challenge. Where I live in Nairobi is so convenient for me. Nothing from my supermarkets to the barbers to the gym is anything more than 3 to 5 minutes away. From what I see, we are at breaking point. Some of us are at breaking point. Some seem like they knew what was going to happen before it happened. That also can fall down to state of mind and how someone thinks.
Controlling the donkeys may be a tough task, but walking along with them appears to be an even tougher task to Daniel.
Chuck! Chuck! Chuck!
I've come to appreciate the diversity of mindsets that we have and the resilience that even we who didn't think we'd make it this far have been able to put up.
They soon reach the destination, unload their water and deliver it to the house of the lady they had been sent to. Daniel is the last to remove his water from the donkey in the first heat.
I have gotten way more than I ever bargained for out here, despite the highs, despite the lows, and there have been some very serious lows. You would know. You guys have successfully pushed us to new limits, mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually.
In the second heat, we have Pascal, Washu, and Rehema facing off. They commence the challenge with similar agility, a lot of anxiety, and caution. Rehema and Washu apply their PR skills to get a container to use to fetch water.
Kwenda, sindio? Alafu, ukitaka isimame, uniambia aje.
Washu seems to be having the best time of her life.
Hapa uko kazi kidogo.
Rehema loads the water onto her donkey, then takes off.
Chak chak. Itanilima tu teke. Chak 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 chak. Chak chak. Chak chak. Chak 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 chak.
She applies soft powers to the donkey and it complies. At the well, Pascal is the only one left to fill his jerrycans, but is swift in tying the water to his donkey. He suspends the first jerrycan and then the second one without much effort.
During the donkey challenge, I did well. I went with my donkey up to the point that you're supposed to take the water. But when coming back now, something quite not interesting happened. Because now this donkey, apparently the other donkey that Pascal had was the mother to the donkey. I mean, the donkey that he had was the mother to the donkey that Pascal had.
Upon departure, his donkey refuses to take instructions and he gets anxious, not knowing exactly what to do.
Na huyo hapa, aendi. Amesimama. Chok chok. Chok chok.
He cannot afford to lose another challenge today.
Chok chok. Mbele huko.
Pascal manages to catch up with Rehema, who overtakes him again, possibly due to the soft donkey handling skills she has mastered, or is it just by sheer luck? Rehema is having a similar predicament. Her donkey takes a foreign route and it almost becomes impossible to lead it back to the right route. Pascal's donkey refuses to move and it takes so much effort to make it comply.
Chok 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 chok. Huh?
At some point, he literally pushes his donkey and hits it ruthlessly to catch up with Rehema and Washu, who seem to be slightly ahead.
Choka, 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 twende, choka, twende, choka, twende, choka, 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 twende, choka, choka, uko juu, twende, choka, 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 wewe, mzee wangu. This donkey over here. Donkey over here. I'm so stressed up. Hapana. Nani? Producers. Manze hii ni mama mtoto mdogo bana. Inanipata stress maji. Hata isongi.
Washu arrives at the destination first and delivers her water, then returns her donkey to the owner as per instructions of the challenge.
Kot kurva. Kuja tu. Ni sawa kana mimi.
Rehema is the second to arrive at the destination to deliver her water. After getting 100 meters to the destination, Pascal unloads the jerrycans with all his might and then returns to deliver the water. He learns that unlike the security industry sometimes, maximum force does not work all the time. Their run to return the two donkeys to the owner proves to be even more challenging. The donkeys refuse to comply and then take off at a higher pace, dropping their water containers. The nomads do not relent. Rehema experiences a donkey run, carrying the load on her back. Did she follow Mzee Galgalo's instructions? Only time will tell.
So while coming back, Pascal's donkey, it hit my donkey from behind, and the jerry cans and the whole wire felt off. And then now he kept on running with my donkey instead of, I expected him at least to stop, make his donkey stop so that my donkey could stop, so that I could put back the jerry cans and start running. But instead he just ran with my donkey to, I don't know where, not even the finishing point. So to me that was quite, I actually got annoyed, because now I was forced to run with the whole, that structure that has been meant for carrying the water at the back. And it wasn't light, that thing is not light, but I had just to run with it so that I could get to the finishing point and finish my challenge. So I would say the day wasn't quite good for me.
The nomads reunite awaiting their verdict as Rehema expresses her frustrations, blaming it all on Pascal.
I was looking around, you can see their faces when you're singing and thinking, oh no, these guys think we are horrible. And I remember half the time I was holding my face, looking down, feeling a bit ashamed, but they appreciated the effort. And appreciation of the effort.
Preso hapo. Hapa kuna ungwana. Hapo hapana. Punda inafuata punda mwenzake. Paka inaonga chini. Kuchukua tena mbuzi punda imeenda mbele kabisa imagine. Inakipaka sasa sema yeye kuja nayo kuja nyuma, mimi ngangana na hizo zikaenda mbele. Sasa hii nimefika hapa, ukataka imeenda kwa nyumba yao. Now what do I do?
Finally, it's time for the verdict. Nomads never look forward to this moment. It is written all over their faces. Who will be going home today? Is it Pascal or is it Rehema?
If I'm to be eliminated today, I'll take it positively, and I'll know it's the will of God, because if maybe it was upon man, I would have gone on the first day and all that. So I'll take it positively, and I know for me it's been worth, the experience has been worth and all that. So if today is my last night here, I will take it positively, because I know I have accomplished, in my heart I feel like, yeah, I've given it my best, and I've given it my all.
The verdict is out. They are both lucky, for this was not an elimination challenge.
You guys keep on changing things all the time. When we think it's a bit easy, it becomes difficult. When we think it's a bit difficult, it becomes just a slightly easy.
Other than being eliminated, Pascal has many fears which he will be trying to overcome.
Wananilemea animals, guy kola nyoka, scorpion, wa, ndio nimechapa. Hapa ndo mtu give up, imagine Brayo. Trust me.
Don't give up.
Sijui Brayo. Tutamia Brayo. I'm so tired. So tired yangu yote, yani nasikia ni kama ninasikia tu nimechapa yani. But nita fight. Ile nitaweza nafanya, ile nitakata. Mungu saidia. Hapa kete yangu imekatika kila mahali. Yote paka hata sijui hata vile ndio alaba shoes hapo. Yani rough terrain, unaona? It's called terrain. But mwanaume waambiwa pigana paka mwisho. Kula risasi ya mwisho.
It's now evident that real nomads should smile in trouble, gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection, because the only use of an obstacle is to be overcome. All that an obstacle does with brave nomads is not to frighten them, but to challenge them. Next week on Ultimate Challenge, the Nomads Edition.